Hey there, guys and gals. Welcome back. This area might be a little different for you because I'm downstairs in my house. You probably have seen this area from, past vlogs and what have you. But we're back finally for season 2 of On Fairy Tales, which is subtitled "The School Years." And I'm sorry that it's 3 months behind schedule to start with. But when everyone in your family is dying, I mean, it kind of sets your schedule a little bit back. As you can see from the title of this video is about the Laundry King, but you guys may know him by other names.
Oh, it's Blue!
So, yeah, you may know him. But he's one of my suitemates, and we're going to be starting this season about my school years in college with the Laundry King. Move over a little to the side, sir.
Can you not see me? I'm Laundry King. Can you see me now?
So this is the Laundry King. With his beautiful butthole spacer that he's rubbing on my face, but I have used to space out the buttholes before. Which is some stories for later that you guys will definitely be getting to know very intimately. So, this isn't actually the couch that we hung out on, but I do have a pretty funny story about couches in the Laundry King.
Yes, he does. He's going to tell you that right now.
Yep. So, way back in the day,
I happen to wear a lot of sweatpants. One day, this happened.
Hey Scott, what's that?
it's my dick flaccid!
If you thought crazy stuff only happened to me when my family was around, you'd be sorely mistaken. I've always been a magnet for crazy, especially during the school years.
Hey there, guys and gals. It's finally begun. It's 3 months late, but it's here. It's here. One thing I'm gonna explain to you is when I was a freshman in college, I was in a program called FYI, First Year Initiative. Now, I was in this program because my older sister, favorite child, went to the same college as me, and she was in this program too, and it's supposed to be designed for, people who have trouble dealing with social situations, have trouble making friends. So, this program is made to make you make friends. You have to do events and stuff with people in the program. But most of the people who, join FYI, at least when I started in it, joined it because it made you a shoo-in for the best dorm on campus at the time. One of the best dorms on campus at the time. As a shoo-in, just boom, right in there. And our dorm had a lot of doubles, but there were also triples in it. At New Paltz, when you're in a triple, I think you get a discount on room and board. Funny story, I thought that room and board, up until I got to college, was one word. It was room and board, and I thought it was one thing, and it's not, and I'm an idiot. You ever, you go through life thinking that words are something, but they're not, and then you're like, wow, what an idiot I am. The other night, one of my friends posted something on Facebook, I got you, bedrin, and I was like, you mean brethren? Brethren is a word, but bedrin is not. But we're off topic here. So let me go back. I want to let you guys in on how I met the Laundry King, who you guys have met before in videos because, he hangs out on the channel a bit, but also you met him in the intro to this video, and you've heard some silly stories about that. So the Laundry King himself lived in a triple with our friends. Now I'm gonna draw you a really rudimentary diagram, and it's gonna be like, no, sorry, it's backwards, my bad. It's gonna be like, up here, and it's gonna be like what our hall looked like. You already know I lived across from, if you came out my door, you could see girls going in and out of the girls' bathroom on my floor because my dad is a creeper, so you know that already. But he's not the ultimate creeper. No, he's not. No, he's close, but no cigar. But the very first time I met Laundry King, there was some commotion going on in the hallway. And now, in addition to FYI having trips, the school has trips, different programs have different trips. And every couple of months or so, there was a paintball trip. And I never went on it because I was never around for the meetings for that. I was off doing other things. Probably playing with an abundance of Asians, but you'll hear about that later. There was a commotion going on in the hallway, and it was just after a paintball trip. And now you know, by now, you've surmised that the Laundry King is kind of like, you know, he's oblivious to a lot of things that are happening right around him. So our friends had just come back from a paintball trip. They were hanging out in his triple room. I think his 2 roommates had also gone on the paintball trip. So they're hanging out in the room. They just came back from the paintball trip. Well, our friends had a bag full of paintballs, right? They're in there. They've been in there for a good 40 minutes or so talking about paintball. There's a bag full of paintballs talking about paintball. Laundry King is in the room with them. Laundry King turns around at one point. He sees his roommate playing with his bag of paintballs, right? I bet you have no idea where this is going. Like, what? So the Laundry King, you know, he's like, what you got there? And his roommates are like, where have you been? Have you not been? Hang out in that triple that often. I should have. I'm sure it was comedy gold. But, what you got there? Everybody's like, what do you mean what I got there? He's like, are those gumballs? Now you know where this is going. Are those gumballs? And his roommate, you know, is shaking the bag of paintball, and he goes, yeah, they're gumballs. So, you know, you would think that the consistency of a gumball is different than the consistency of a paintball, you know, because it's going to be kind of goopy and slimy. But no, this does not deter the Laundry King. Takes the one paintball out of the bag of paintballs, puts it in his mouth, chews it. Now there is blue paint dripping out of his mouth, and he's like, what the fuck? And I met the Laundry King because I heard the shouting in the hallway, and then I heard thump, 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 thump. I open my door, I look out, people are running down the hallway, everyone is fucking laughing. I see the Laundry King run past the little alcove of my room, or that my room looks out into the hallway in, dripping blue paint. Blue paint is dripping out of his mouth. It's dripping out of his, I'll kill you! Why would you do that to me? And his roommates are fucking booking it. They're gone down the hall, and he's chasing them. And not only is I'm pretty sure he didn't finish spitting out the paintball, he was so livid, but he's now got blue paint on his face, and it's dripping down the hall as he runs after his roommate. And that was my first, you know, like, real meeting of the Laundry King. So that was the first time I saw the Laundry King, but like the first time, you know, we really became friends. A lot of my friends have a joke about this, especially Kath, that I don't have friends that I haven't tried to kill at one point, which is entirely not true. I don't try to kill everyone. I'm not that angry. Not anymore. But I'm not that angry. Like, people think I'm always angry. Like, I just explained to a newish friend kind of recently that I'm like a lovable idiot, but also I'll slit your throat in your sleep and bathe in your blood. Like, I'm that kind of crazy. It's like I have anger, yes, but most of the time it's hidden beneath my lovable oath exterior. Aha, aha. So I sort of became friends with the Laundry King because we almost got into a fist fight in the hallway. And, like, we squared up. I have no idea what we were arguing about. It was probably something incredibly stupid. But, we squared up in the hallway, and then he walked away. Well, he turned around because most of the time, I don't want to fight. Like, even if I'm super angry, like, I still don't want to fight. Part of it is because I'm scared that the beast inside is gonna get unleashed, and I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna slit your throat in your sleep, blah, I'm bathing your blood, blah, blah. But also because I don't really like hurting people. It's not like a thing that I'm like, yes, I love it. Like, I think I would probably feel bad if I actually slit your throat in your sleep and bathed in your blood. Much later down the road, I would be upset, yes, but you know. But anyway, so we squared up, decided we weren't going to fight. It's fine, it's fine. So he goes to turn around, and I'm still angry. So I do what I do when I'm angry. I shadow box, but this isn't shadow boxing. I'm going for the kill. So he goes to turn around, and very unsportsmanlike conduct occurs for me, wherein I go to kick him in the head. Now, you might be like, oh, that's weird, why not punch him? I have no upper body strength. If I'm going to knock someone the fuck out, it's gotta be from my legs. And also, I'm a kicker. That's just me. Taekwondo, I'm a kicker, it's what I do. So, I go to kick him in the head, and I'm like, you know, like, when time moves real slow, not necessarily when you're in a fight, but like when your adrenaline is pumping and you're like, so my leg's up in the air, like, couple inches away from his head. I'm like, this is terrible. This is unsportsmanlike conduct. He's not even looking. Why would I kick him in the head? That's just mean. And I'm like, all right, it's cool. It's cool. I won't do this. It's fine. I won't do this. Decided against it at the last second, but I can't stop now because I'm already halfway through the roundhouse. Like it's not gonna. I can't stop on a dime when you're halfway through a roundhouse and your leg's going up. So I just lift it up a little bit higher and I catch the top of his hair. And as I catch it, I follow through. I finish the spin, end up facing the correct way, and as like I was turning, I see out of my periph, he stiffened up, and he turns around, and I'm like, well, now we're really gonna fight because you're a fuck up. Like, why would you do that to him? And instead of being angry or squaring up again, he looks at me, sees the spin that just finished, looks at me, we meet eye to eye. I'm like, oh fuck, I started a fight. I'm just a freshman, I'm starting fights in the hallway, what's this, how am I gonna make friends, blah blah blah. In my head, all these thoughts going by, I'm like, oh no, this isn't good. And he turns to me, we make eye contact, and Laundry King goes, did you just kick over my head? That was awesome! And I was like, that's not, no. I was gonna knock you the fuck out. I decided against it at the last second, but I was gonna knock you the fuck out. That's not, funny story, that's not the first time this has happened in my life. One time in high school, there was a kid I really didn't like, and he was really annoying, and we squared up to fight, and I went to kick him in the head, and he was actually facing me. It wasn't that unsportsmanlike at this point. He was actually facing me, we're looking at each other, went to kick him in the head, decided to last second again. Probably not a good idea to kick someone in the skull, you know, on school grounds and what have you. So I was like, whoop, went over his head again, down, and he had the exact same reaction, except his was, do it again! Do it again! And I'm like, does everyone I know have like a death wish? Like, or a knock me the fuck out wish, I suppose? Like, I don't get it. Why is that your reaction? Why are you excited about this? A man just tried to kick you in the face, and you're all like, woohoo, do it again! No, that should never be your reaction to that kind of situation. It should never be, but it's happened twice in my life. Twice that's happened. Which, you know, I think I have some pretty good self-control if I can decide at the last second, no, and go over them. Like, I'm pretty proud of me. I'm pretty proud of me. That isn't to say I haven't gotten into arguments with the Laundry King, you know, after that, or I guess physical altercations in some cases. But when we lived together, because he was one of my suitemates, we did live together, so he survived me. Me and another one of my suitemates, you guys know him as Rebel Monster, we're like really big into martial arts and what have you, so we've been practicing for, you know, most of our lives. Him actually formally, me not so much. Really the only form of martial arts training I've had is, if you want to consider one day of Kendo, and the 2 years or so I studied Taekwondo, I really did not like my dojan. But whatever, that's also stories for another day. Our suite would like get together and we watch Deadliest Warrior, or we watch something else, and we have discussions about martial arts, and we show each other moves and what have you. I even helped run like a martial arts day for the Asian Studies clubs and what have you. But we would discuss moves, and we would, you know, discuss the mechanics behind them. And this one time we were trying to show the rest of our suitemates how to wrist lock. like how to disengage people and how to hold them in place. And one of the ones that's actually super simple is, when someone grabs you, if you can grab like right at the base of their wrist and you can push in, it's really hard for them to grip because you're basically disengaging, their hand from the rest of their wrist at the joint. And it's really hard for them to grip, and you can pretty easily pull people off if they're holding onto you and you grab there and you squeeze. And we tried to explain this concept to Laundry King, but he's oblivious to many things. So we run into this little issue where he won't let go. And he's like, yeah, I have control of you. And he did it to Rebel Monster first, and Rebel Monster was like, no, you don't. And he just like pushed him away. But he did it to me, and he would not let go. And I was like, you gotta let go of me. You gotta let go. Like I'm getting upset because you're not doing it right. First of all, you're doing absolutely nothing. You're just holding my hand limply, and like get off me. And he wouldn't get off. And my reaction, I don't think like a normal person. I'm sure like a normal person would try to push him off or done the wrist lock on top of his wrist lock and actually done it properly. But instead, my reaction was because I was angry. And because I have a really, really hard head, some stories of my hard head because I used to smash my head against the kitchen table for fun when I was little because I'm an idiot. But my reaction to get him off of me was to headbutt him. My thought process was, he's too close to me, but pushing him isn't going to make him let go. He's just going to come back. So I have to forcibly remove him from my presence. So I was like, headbutt. Headbutt will work fine. So I headbutt the poor guy. And, like, my head is, well, obviously it's got a lot of padding on it right now because of all this damn hair. But I headbutt him, and, like, when I connect, he stumbles back. First of all, he's reeling because he never expected, me to headbutt him. Because who expects a headbutt? A headbutt is just like, wham! And you're like, whoa, where did that come from? Because, usually when you're in a fight, you got the tunnel vision on the hands. And not necessarily the feet. Most people don't think of the feet, but if you were fighting me, you'd also have tunnel vision on the feet, because I'd probably be kicking you, because, upper body strength and all that. But I headbutt him. He stumbles backwards, gets his legs caught in a trash can, falls over. And that was the time I headbutted Laundry King into a trash can. Now, this is actually not the first time I have unintentionally or intentionally knocked someone into a trash can. But it was perhaps the funniest, because first of all, he wasn't expecting headbutt, followed up by tripping in a trash can. But isn't that what a good ninja is all about? Yeah, using the environment to your advantage.
Hey there, guys and gals. I hope you're enjoying Season 2 of On Fairy Tales, The School Years. As always, you can click the link on the left to see the previous episode, or you can click the link on the right to see the playlist where you can see all the episodes so far. Besides the fighting and what have you, freshman year was actually pretty great for me. So next week, why don't you guys take a listen to that?